Hi fashion lovers and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nkiru Udechukwu. I'm a women's wear fashion designer based in Abuja, Nigeria. Today we'll be learning how to draft a basic skirt pattern. This pattern is very versatile, and with this pattern you can create lots of masterpieces. I love this pattern for how simple it is and so straightforward, and it's also beginner friendly. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to take accurate body measurements for this set pattern, and also how to draft the front and the back blocks, as well as how to add the darts and the seam allowances. So if this is a kind of video you would like to see, then keep watching. You start by taking your waist measurements. After taking the waist measurement, you take the distance between the waist and the hip. Okay? Thereafter, you take the hip measurement. That should be the fullest part of your hip. These are the tools we'll be needing for this tutorial: our French curve, ruler, measuring tape, pencil, and marker, as well as our scissors. We also need our pattern paper. I went ahead off camera to mark the vertical measurements. So this is the waist, the hip line, as well as the full length. So on the waistline, you mark your waist circumference measurements. So whatever your waist measurement is, you divide it into 4, then you mark the value you get. Then on the hip, you also mark your hip measurement. That's the hip circumference. Divide by 4. You mark it also. Then the same thing you marked on the hip, you mark it at the full length. So what we'll be doing now will be to insert our dart. On the waistline, we are going to insert the dart. How do you get your dart? Your bust span measurements. That's the distance between one breast and the other. Okay, mine is 8. So 8 divided by 2, that's 4. So on the center front, on the waistline, you will mark half of your bust span. Okay, then we've marked it here. We'll be marking half an inch on both sides. So what we are putting for our dart is 1 inch. Okay, so the length for this dart is 6 inches. That is what I like. That is what I prefer. It works well for my body shape. So with your ruler now, you connect the points. This is it. Then this dart leg, I'll connect it to this point, and this other dart leg, I will connect it to this point. Okay, now that we have the dart, you know that we've taken out 1 inch from the initial waist measurement. So we are going to retake our measurements now. So your waist measurement plus 1 inch for this dart. So you mark that, okay? So now we're going to be connecting all the points. So with your hip curve, you connect the waist to the hip like this. Then from the hip to the length. So I would use my marker so that the lines are more visible. So this is what we have. So the next thing we'll be doing now will be to close our waist dart so that we can shape the front. So what do? This second dart leg, you just fold it in. You fold it this way. You see how I've pinched it? Then you just bring it to the other. It mustn't be perfect now. All we just want to do is to be able to shape the skirt. So on the waistline, you come down by 1 inch. Then use your curve. So this is what you have. So when you open it up, this is what it is. Okay. So this is what the front pattern should look like. Then at this point now, you can add your sewing allowance. So I'll be adding 1/2 inch. Then I'll label this front. Now let's go ahead and cut the front pattern. So before I cut the waist, I'll need to close the dart. So as you can see, I didn't add any seam allowances to this upper part. I'll add the seam allowance when I'm cutting on the fabric. So now we'll be drafting the back. So I went ahead to place the front pattern on top of a fresh pattern paper, and I marked 1/2 inch. This is a 1/2 inch for the zipper allowance, but you can as well leave this out if you want the zipper allowance to be at the side seam. So the seam allowance you put for joining both front and back pieces together, you would use it for the zipper. Okay, so what we'll be doing differently on this pattern will be, you know that for the front we came down by 1 inch to shape the skirt, but for this back 1 inch is too much, so I will replace 1/2 inch. Then I'll connect to this dart leg, to this first dart leg, like this. Then I'll just follow the shape of the dart this way, then complete the process. So this is just basically all that we need for the back. So we'll go ahead and cut it. But in our next tutorial, I'll be showing you how to alter this pattern for an A-line skirt. I love this pattern so well. It's very, very versatile, and With this, you can create a ton of styles. Okay, if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Turn on post notifications so that whenever we post any new videos, you'll be among the first to see them. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay, so you just follow the curve of the dart. So this is our complete pattern set. Match it up this way. Then transfer the darts. So this is the back and this is the front. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.